Would you rather live off like if you're gonna live, you have to either eat someone's shit for the rest of your life. That'd be your only food, or the only hydration you get is drinking someone's piss for the rest of your life.
Well, could you cook the shit and could you boil the piss?
Yeah, you're allowed to. That's your food though. You get like your bowl of shit. Like if you're gonna drink, it has to be piss.
All right, so is it possible to collect a bunch of piss? Oh, wait. How many days can you go without drinking?
Ooh, not long, right? Dehydration sets in pretty quickly.
Like, how many days?
Maybe 2 weeks.
Okay, so each week you collect that piss. Then you can make a little, like, encasing, right? And boil off the piss so the water evaporates and catches below. So then you have, like,
You're not allowed to purify anything.
you didn't say
Well,
that.
now I did.
No, you didn't
No,
say that.
that's what makes it difficult.
No, it's not
It's
because
raw piss or raw shit. You can like put salt and pepper on it if you want.
bro, you
You can
didn't you
add.
didn't say that off the bat.
Well, now I'm saying it.
Because
You
then you could like kind of like
well,
in
you can
some
purify
country,
the piss. Yeah.
because in some countries they eat dung, right? But they do it in such a way where they're boiling it with other stuff and cooking it down and getting whatever's leftover nutrients.
So you're the kind of guy that pick the corn out of the shit,
No,
or
not
fucking what?
like what country do they eat like the fucking dung from animals? But they kind of cut it open, get the shit out, and kind of mix it, then cook it down, then dehydrate it, then rehydrate it, and cook it, or like purifying your own piss.
Well, probably South America or Africa. No offense. No offense.
Actually,
That one animal, they make coffee out of his poop.
right, stuff like that. So I would purify piss. Well, I would go with the piss because
Forever.
I know a lot of food where you can get hydrate like water and hydration from.
Okay.
So I'd go with piss.
You would drink piss for the rest of your, or other people's
You're
piss.
saying that I'd have to go with the piss, but I know food
No,
for
I'm not saying you have to. I'm just saying you're not allowed to like boil the piss. You can't, because then it's not piss. Then
all
it's like
right, well then
water.
I'll create a contraption with where it purifies in the sun.
Yeah, but you're not
Yeah, I'm not
allowed.
boiling it. You
You're
just said I'm not allowed to
you're not
boil
allowed
it.
to
You
change
said I
it.
could purify it.
No, I said no.
Yeah, you did.
You're eating piss or shit forever.
So
Wait, could you eat food and never drink water again?
there's a lot of food with like a lot of fruit,
That's what I'm saying. Could you get around that?
there's a lot of greens. Yeah. So my way of getting around it is to purify the piss
No, no, no.
and
That's not what
eat
I'm saying.
high water count foods.
Oh.
You said nothing about not being able to eat anything. You're just saying my only.
Well, my intention was if you're
No,
gonna drink,
you should have thought this through more than someone that knows their way around food.
yeah, you got me.
So what would you do?
Same thing. I would. Now that I think of it, I would. There's probably enough water-filled vegetables, that I could eat it and get the water and never have to eat shit or drink piss.
But I
Because
think you're the person that gets parched pretty easily, so you'd be drinking a lot of piss. You're like, oh, it tastes like beer.
maybe I'd get used to it. Maybe.
It's
Well,
like,
do you ever hear of those fighters that go out and they like drink goat piss on the top of a mountain,
right,
or their own piss on top of a
right. You're
mountain?
like, oh, I'm just gonna get my piss from an alcoholic.
Then I'd get drunk too.
Would you?
Yeah, I bet like only like 50% of the alcohol gets into your system. You probably pass, pass, and piss a lot of that out. I bet is probably what happens. My piss though, I drink a lot, so My piss will definitely get you drunk. I bet if I pissed on a wound, I could disinfect it. It's a lot of fucking alcohol and piss. So what? We agree on piss.
Yeah, we agree on
You
piss.
never thought about just having a good old big plate of steaming shit in front of you and fucking picking through it?
Nope.
Hmm?
Going with this.
All right, fair enough. What do you got?
Would you rather be a 7-Eleven Middle Eastern or a 9/11 Middle Eastern?
9/11.
Why?
Because if I'm gonna be Middle Eastern and go out, what did Achilles say? He would rather live short and be remembered forever than to live long and everyone to forget you, everything you did.
I don't know. I can't quote Achilles.
That's pretty much the basis of Achilles. He was given the offer. You can be the greatest that you anyone that's ever happened and be remembered forever, but you're gonna die young and not get to live a full life. Or you can no one's gonna know who the fuck you are and you're gonna live a long, healthy life. No one's gonna care about you. That's a better question.
I would be a 7-Eleven Middle Eastern.
Why, for the money?
I own my own gas station convenience store.
They are pretty rich, dude.
And I can upcharge everything, sell it to American folk.
Not upcharge. That's the cost. That's a horrible impression.
I wasn't.
Why is Magna? It's on fucking little dude.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Hasbulla had nothing to do with this.
Well, whatever's controlling the program thinks he is.
Yeah, it sees his face.
Wow, that's crazy.
That's pretty cool. But
He's not even speaking.
I know he's just there, just a little midget guy from Russia, Dagestan. But that's it. Let's bring that back a little bit. The Achilles question: would you rather fucking be the greatest? You know what I mean? That whatever. You know what I mean? You'd be cooking, fighting, whatever. You will always be the best forever, or one of the best. Like no one really says anyone's better than Achilles. Um, or you have a totally normal life, no real problems, live long, but no one gives a single fuck. You're just here and then not.
I'd be the latter. I'd be like a monk. I'd be the greatest in my mind. I'd be the own mystic of my realm. I could care less what people think.
But you don't want to leave the legacy.
I would leave a legacy. Because in my mind, I'd be leaving my own legacy. I don't need people to affirm my legacy. Like
Yeah, but
this,
that is a legacy. You need people for a legacy. They
yeah,
have to talk about you after you're gone
there
to
will
have a
be.
legacy.
There will be bougie white hikers, or bougie black hike, or brown, or yellow hikers.
Why
That
were they all fucking black at the start of this?
they're white.
Okay.
That would come across my little encampment in the mountains, and I'd say some words to them, and then that would leave a legacy.
Well, I didn't say you're gonna know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah, but they're just like, oh, that old monk mystic in the mountains. Remember him? They'll always chatter. Then it'll be like banana phone. They're like, oh, the monk once gave us this advice, and it would change over the course of the people it goes through. So
Absolutely will.
then I'm not feeding my ego, but it still leave a legacy.
You hope it would, but I'm telling you, it's not. That's part of the
It'd be
question.
like leaving a mark, but not leaving a mark. You know what I mean?
Like in underwear, you get skid marks and you can wash it
Nah,
off. No.
I wipe my ass.
Well, a lot of people claim they do, but
That's what wet wipes are for round two.
that's right.
I know it is.
That's how it
You ever
is.
like work? Okay, we're going on a tangent here, but did you ever work on a hot, sweaty day that needed to take a shit?
Yep.
Now imagine taking that shit and just using dry toilet paper, right?
Yeah. How do you clean your
And
ass?
not using a wet wipe.
How do you
And
clean your
not using a
ass?
wet wipe. Then the next day it's all like hot and shit again, and you're working, and then you use a wet wipe. You're like, I was fucking missing out because you feel fresh You're not worrying about stinking. You just
Yup.
feel clean.
When did you discover what Dude Wipes or whatever brand?
Dude wipes.
Whatever, that's a brand, I think.
Oh, I didn't know it's a brand.
Yeah, I think it's a brand. And like, I was like, most of my life, I didn't know wet wipes were a thing. So I just TP'd it up until like
I
10.
probably say like a decade ago.
Yeah, me too. I've been like
Yeah,
10 years that I
yeah.
fucking.
Imagine there's still people just dry wiping their ass thinking they're fucking clean.
That's fucking crazy talk. I heard that there's people out there that
That,
don't wipe their ass.
and like to think that people are like they make fun of elderly people for having to use like the wet wipes. You know what I
I've
mean?
never made fun of an
Oh,
elder.
I've known people in the past. They're like, oh, look, they have to wear those things and wipe their ass with this wet thing. I'm like, well, we wipe a little kid's ass. Wet wipes? We
Yeah.
wipe elderly people with wet wipes.
My son used to
What
explode.
what says that we shouldn't do that in the middle?
Right.
Like the old people and little people, you're onto something. You're feeling clean. So yeah,
Can you even shit without a whip? Like I actually like when I go on like vacation or I go places.
that's why you have that little pack.
Yeah, I take it with me.
Yeah.
I'll take it with me. I'll like hide it.
Why would you hide it?
Well, 'cause I don't want other people stealing my wet wipes.
It's not being nice. What if they
Well, dude, they should know, but to have their own butt towels, right?
butt towels?
I shouldn't be responsible for their assholes uh thing.
Maybe they just have a nice clean shit.
That's what I'm just saying.
Well, I thought you meant like in other cultures where they use their hand to wipe.
No, I've heard of people they like squat like in other cultures. They squat and shit.
And it comes out clean.
Yeah, and there's no wiping. They don't do it.
It's the way they poop. Like I feel like other cultures, like you gotta squat a proper way to take a shit. Because we here just sit on a throne and just like relax, and that's not the proper way to shit. There's a actual way to shit. Like your knees need to be higher, your feet need to be up, so like
Are you
you're in a
talking
squatting position, so it all
squatty potty mathematics? Is that what?
right, so it comes out proper.
That's very true.
Or else you're gonna have to go shit again in like 5 minutes if you don't get it all out. You know what I mean?
That's another thing. The length of time to shit.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as taking a short shit. You ever hear that?
Yeah, I've heard of that.
That means,
People argue against it
yeah, like if you take a short shit, you're not shitting
properly.
properly because you're not expelling. You ever take a shit so good?
Yeah. Again.
Will you calm down? Calm it down, guy.
Oh man, that's crazy.
But you've heard of that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's crazy. That's crazy talk. You got an alternative here? You got another one?
Would you rather be Goku or Naruto?
I'm gonna go with Goku because I've never watched what's that
I don't
called?
know. By the looks of the dungeon here, command center, it looks like you would be one of those nerds.
What? Oh, those guys,
Yeah.
dude! Like in the intro,
The Naruto
the
people.
Naruto runner.
Yeah, I'd be Goku too.
Yeah, I actually used to, because I'm a fucking psycho.
SSJ or what?
Well, I would want to earn it
Okay, so how far up would you go?
all the way.
What's all the way?
What God, Goku? I would if I could live that
How
life.
many levels are to that?
I think they just keep adding them, dude.
What's the first one again?
Super Saiyan 1,
Yeah, an SSJ1.
SSJ 1, SSJ 2, SSJ 3,
What's the J stand for again?
Super Saiyan.
Then then it finally gets to God mode, pretty much.
Only Goku did that, but I think Vegeta did too
I thought Vegeta did as well.
at the very end, but I think they molded together to form like a supreme
Oh, that
fight.
would have been the better question.
Correct,
Would you rather be
correct,
Vegeta?
Hasbulla.
Would you rather be Vegeta or be Goku? That's what I should have asked you.
Who's the coolest one? I think fucking Vegeta is the way
Coolest or coldest?
coolest.
Uh,
Because he came out like Vegeta's storyline is way better than Goku's. You don't think so?
No, I'd probably go with Vegeta too. But you know how many people are out there would be like, you guys are crazy?
Why though?
I don't know.
Like Goku was like, remember Dragon Ball, the original one? He was a
Yeah.
little kid kicking ass. The main enemy was Piccolo. What the fuck does Piccolo do like in the Dragon Ball Z universe? He trains Gohan, I guess. That's about the. It's just too weak. These Saiyans, just like every time you get beat up, you come back stronger than you were fucking before. I've been getting my ass kicked my whole fucking life, dog.
You're not at God mode yet.
Yeah, I'm just saying, but imagine if you could. Like, every time I hit you, you'd come back. Eventually, I wouldn't be able to fucking hit you anymore. You'd be, like, impervious. Be impervious to my abuse.
Yeah. This camera though, man. Why is it focused on me and Hasbull, but not you?
Because it knows me. I'm always here. I'm in every episode. You're not, bro. If you think about it, I'm kind of the star.
You are the star.
But I don't do nothing except sit here and antagonize.
Alright, you got another one for me?
Yeah, I got a good one for you. Okay. Survival, we're going to go to. Okay. Would you rather be stuck in a jungle with just a knife, a little water bottle? I'm trying to give you some so you're not instantly dead here. A knife, rope, and a piece of metal, like a piece of a plane,
Alright,
piece of a plane.
keep going.
Okay, in the jungles of the Amazon,
Alright.
or in like the wilderness of like Oregon. But these cities don't exist. The cities don't exist. We're talking like
Which like forest I'd rather be in?
which area? Because you gotta think about the predators in the
Right, I
areas.
am, but like you're saying the Pacific Northwest or
Yes,
the Amazon.
yeah. Keep in mind, grizzlies in the Pacific Northwest and that shit,
And jaguars in the
and
jungle.
jaguars, pumas, snakes
Spiders, snakes.
in the jungle. The jungle offers you access to a lot of things that would help you survive.
So does the Pacific Northwest.
Maybe.
Look at the Inuits and the
Oh, they did
indigenous
it
people. Right.
through fucking.
I would go with the Pacific Northwest. I feel like I'm more indigenous in that aspect than an Amazonian person.
Pacific Northwest.
Yeah.
I would not.
I'd yeah, sure, I'd have to worry about grizzlies and
You
stuff.
know how scary a fucking grizzly bear is, dude?
Yeah, I gather how scary a grizzly bear is. They will come at you nonstop as soon as you piss them off. Or if I come across cubs, I know mama bear is coming for me.
See how big they are?
Yeah, and I know I couldn't outclimb them either, but I'd rather deal with a grizzly than deal with X amount of poisonous toad, frog, ant, bug, snake, fish,
Yeah, but you could still eat
and
the.
Amazonian tribes people. But yeah, in the Pacific Northwest, you're gonna have you'll have venison, you'll have deer, caribou, what have you,
What makes you think you're getting a deer or a caribou? You
and
have
you
a
have
knife.
salmon, and you have rabbits.
You have a fucking knife in your hand, bro. What?
Do you remember that book, My Side of the Mountain?
Yes.
All right, I would whittle me a fishing hook, and I'd deal up night crawlers, and
You're on some hatchet shit.
I'd make a fishing line out of like bark and twine, like I did for my middle school project for My Side of the Mountain.
Yeah, but did you ever try to use that fucking fishing pole you
Yeah, I
use?
did. I didn't catch
I was gonna
anything.
say I tried to make my own too. Never caught anything.
Yeah, but like tack on X amount of life experience, I'd probably be able to figure it out.
So you would go to the
Yeah,
north.
you really want to go in the jungle and deal with yellow fever and all of that stuff?
Well, Well, if that don't kill me, then I'd probably be good.
So you're going into the jungle where there's like howler monkeys and pumas and jaguars and
Yeah.
anacondas, piranhas,
Well, I would know. I'd be aware.
poison dart frogs,
I'd be aware. I would avoid these things.
tribes people that we probably haven't come across yet that are
Well,
gonna shoot a dart at you.
well, I'm not really thinking of it in like
Actually, I'd probably be a better fit in the Amazon compared to
maybe,
you. You'd be a
maybe.
better fit. No, you wouldn't be a good fit in the Pacific Northwest because
I'm gonna get ate.
the indigenous people will see you and like, oh, white man, and they stop talking Cree to you. Is that the native indigenous language, like Cree?
I thought Cree's an Indian language
Well,
in
I'm
North
trying to
America.
not say Indian. That's why it's saying
I
indigenous
think
Native
you're allowed.
American.
I think you're allowed to say Indian. I don't think that's.
That's like saying Oriental.
Oh, really?
Yeah, anymore.
Well, no. Like Cree would be like Apache or
Right,
whatever.
but
Like
I'd be a good fit for that, and I'd be a good fit in the Amazon. You, on the other hand, you're not a person of the sun.
you're right. You're
You'll
100.
be like, oh, white man, colonize
Yeah,
jungle.
but I'm pretty confident if I went to the Northwest, Pacific Northwest, I'd
You
be
wouldn't
dead in
like
a
it
day.
because it's rainy and all this other shit.
A bear's gonna eat me because they're
That's
hungry too.
yeah. So are anacondas. So are crocodiles.
I have a feeling I could catch an anaconda. I could
Okay, so you're gonna catch an anaconda while there's
skin it.
like a pack of crocodiles.
I might catch a crocodile.
All right, so there's a pack of crocodiles watching you as you're trying to get the anaconda. Then there's piranhas. Then on the tree behind you are poison dart frogs, and up above in the canopy of the forest are two pumas and a jaguar watching you. And all I'm worried about is one grizzly.
No, who says there's only one? Because they're not like lone
Okay, I'm
creatures.
dealing with like
Five, you're dealing with a pack.
no, because they have a zonage.
Well, a
Oh,
territory.
mountain lions.
Yeah, you got them
Yeah,
motherfuckers
and I have
too.
Sasquatch
And
too.
extreme cold.
And I'm fine with the cold.
You say that until day 5
You
of
have
no
extreme
fire.
heat in the jungle.
I'd rather be hot than cold.
I'd rather be cold than hot.
You say that.
No, I know that.
If I want to get less hot, I take off clothes. I can just be naked right around. Like, you know what I mean? I can be naked and shit. You are going to be freezing your ass
Yeah,
off.
because at that point, I've already dug into the ground. I've dug down far enough.
Where's this energy coming
I've
from?
collected from the salmon I'm eating.
You're just eating raw salmon the whole
Yeah,
time.
and I'm more apt at knowing what stuff to forage in the Northwest than I am in the Amazon.
Well, you might be right
Then
there.
you have all those bullet ants.
I'll use them as weapons. I'll collect them.
I'm just worrying about ticks. You're dealing with centipedes, scorpions,
I'm going to eat the
bullet
bugs.
ants.
I'm going to eat the
Yeah,
bugs.
and I can find grubs too.
I'm going to eat them.
I stand with the Pacific Northwest. We know you're going to the
I'm
Amazon
going to the
because you want
Amazon.
an Amazonian chick. But I'm gonna get proof that Sasquatch exists.
Ooh, that's a rough
What
one.
cryptids are in the Amazon?
Agents of Calamity podcast. This is Flash, and you're watching the Agents of Calamity with Flash, Attack Jack, Sammy, SNO, and Frank One. Stay wild. Pierre Dennis, you suck it. Ultima Online. Anyways, I'm an island boy. Let's just make it to the top, yeah, yeah. I want to give a big shout to Agents of Calamity podcast. They be so amazing, yeah. Oh, fly soldier likes to watch them. I like to fly away like a vulture. I don't worry about no one, yeah, yeah. I keep it 100, yeah, yeah. It's about respect, yeah, yeah. I like to wear my chains, yeah, yeah. I like to make it go dangling, yeah. I got diamonds around my teeth, yeah, yeah. I got so much drip on me, yeah. Crucified by my 17, yeah. I like to watch Calamity. Calamity podcast. You guys are so amazing. Bigger ups to y'all. Oh, keep on going, yeah. Oh, strive for greatness, yeah. Don't ever stop, oh yeah. There's gonna be some haters, yeah. Don't let them phase you, yeah. Big shout out to Calamity with the flash attack, Jack, Sammy, SNO, and Frank One. Stay wild, Pierre Dennis, you suck at Ultimate Online. I'm a star up, boy. Let's make it to the top, and I be dripping in designer. I'm a 2001 baby. Oh yeah, we already know what time it is. I like the 17 cause that's my spiritual meaning. I'm so raw with it. Island boy, man, it's strength in my head, yeah. Line up fresh every day, yeah. I'm broken hearted, I ain't worried about nobody. Shout out to my mama for making me who I am, yeah. And my daughter, I don't mean to be a bother. I love my baby mama, what can I say, yeah. I'm a fly soldier, let's just fly away, yeah. Daddy died when I was 2005, yeah. I'm a star with a microphone, yeah. Agents of Calamity podcast, big shout out to y'all, yeah. Stay wild and keep on going and don't ever stop, yeah. You guys are so amazing, you already know what time it is, yeah. Flash Attack, Jack, Sammy, SNO, and Frank One, yeah. You already know what it is, alright? Keep on going, yeah.
So what cryptids are in the Amazon?
Mowgli
you?
Membi.
Who? Someone tell me, who's Mowgli Membi?
It's like a huge.
It sounds like something out of Jungle Book.
Mowgli Membi is a huge alleged like dinosaur-like creature. It means in the language, it means one who blocks the rivers. That big. It's like picture like a smaller Brontosaurus. That's
I
one.
don't know what a fucking Brontosaurus looks like.
It's like the
I
four.
can tell you what a Brachiosaurus or
It's like the guy from Land Before Time. That little fucking dude.
with the armor plating.
The main guy.
What?
The main guy.
He was a long neck, and that was a Brontosaur.
Here, picture that, but smaller. That's what Mowgli Membi is supposed to be.
Like, that's not gonna.
You're asking me what cryptids are reported in Amazon. The Wild Man is also over there. Orangutan is also over there. They say. Did I say giant anaconda? Giant salamander, but that's not really cryptid because they do exist, but allegedly bigger in the Amazon. Giant spiders, they say, is also in the Amazon. Oh, there's a couple, man. Dude, there's quite a few in the Amazon. The spider fucking mosquitoes, that's another one.
What about in the Pacific Northwest?
You got Bigfoot,
Yeah.
you got Yeti, you got Mothman kind of looking fucking
I
thing.
thought Mothman was East Coast.
Well, that's where it started, but there's reports all over of that.
You sound like the Turtle King right now.
Is that bad? What's the Turtle King?
That dude that you showed me that threw a rock at Bigfoot.
What is his name? Turtle King?
Isn't that what that guy is? A Turtle King? He catches snapping turtles?
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
Is that his name, Turtle King,
I
though?
don't know. That's like.
I thought it was Turtle Zone, like Dr. Turtle.
Well, I just call him Turtle King, like Tiger King.
Like the Tiger King? Dude, that guy's a meth head. That's what that is.
They both sound like meth heads.
Who more? I'm sitting here talking about flying fucking mosquito spiders. Tiger King just like collects tigers and shit. That's
Is this a cat?
they're mythical skulls. It's probably like a baby.
A squirrel?
Baby, something that'll eat your fucking face. Fucking wild. What's your favorite cryptid? Do you know anything about cryptids?
Just the popular ones.
Like, you know, you're not into
I'd
that?
have to take a book home. Menahuni.
You're in the right place, man.
I would go with Menahuni.
You mean the Hawaiian
Or Night
builder?
Or the Night Marchers.
That's more paranormal.
Night Marchers?
Yeah, that's
Okay, well then I go with the Menahuni.
the builders.
Yeah, the little fish pond builders.
Yeah, the wall. They have like some kind of wall.
It's just a fucking AI wall. It's like a wall of worship.
Do you think they were real?
I think they're as real as leprechauns.
I believe in leprechauns.
Alright then.
I believe in the fae and the fairies. Do you?
Yeah, I do.
People take that very seriously. They go over and
People take Menehune seriously in Hawaii.
I bet in Hawaii, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they have all those walls. What's more likely, like the Menehune built those walls, like, or people just built them and they died and they just said,
50-50. So they both build the walls.
well, that could be possible. Like a species could have been there and got snuffed out, like by modern people. Hasbulla is a star.
Yeah, he is.
He is a star, dude. I love cryptids, bro.
What's your favorite?
My favorite,
It's Bigfoot.
yeah, probably, or Loch Ness monster. I like sea serpents.
What about the Kraken?
That's a sea serpent, right?
No, the Kraken's a giant squid.
That's how they portray it in a lot of movies, but no, it's not.
You think Kraken's a serpent?
Yeah, I think it's more of a serpent as described. Even the Bible has the Leviathan. Honestly,
Excuse the crackling of my
yeah, I was
bottle.
gonna say, why don't you fucking grab that a little harder, dude? They might fucking.
It didn't focus on me.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Dude. No, like, do you think any of that like really exists out there?
That things like that have to exist. Or do you just think human beings are just storytellers?
Uh,
Just like to tell stories to create a sense of hope or a sense of fear. So we manifest these ideas and put them into play. Like, what do you think it is?
combination.
Do you think cryptids are just like the control aspect of, like, say, the Bible? Like, oh, there's these monsters out there, so
You mean like demons?
don't go there. No, like, if someone didn't know what a cryptid was, but then you told them like a Yeti or Bigfoot or Mothman, they'd be like, "Oh, those monsters." You know what I mean? Like they don't call them a cryptid; they would call them a monster.
Right.
So, like, if you're like in a Shyamalan movie, you're gonna tell the group of kids around the campfire, "Don't go in that forest because these monsters are there, or these cryptids. Oh, there's a Wendigo out there.
Well,
We don't go there."
well, that's a whole other thing, but you don't find it odd that all these different cultures, separated by thousands of miles, have descriptions of the same creature or cryptids? Like Yeti, there's like Yeti, the abominable snowman,
We could
Bigfoot.
crush that with global consciousness.
Yeah, but I'm saying way before. Like these are
No,
ancestral
right.
stories
So,
passed up.
like, back in, like, ancient times, there was a global consciousness. Like, different cultures collectively put their thoughts got collected into the frequency. Look at the architecture from all over the world. Pyramids, statues, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So to
well,
me, that's a global consciousness.
that's not. I don't think that's evidence of that to me. I think like pyramids are like
No, I'm just saying that's a cop out to say everybody knew the same thing.
right,
Or
right.
what you're saying is like a traveler went around the world, or these things
This,
existed
yeah,
around the world.
yeah.
Yeah,
About dragons, like people credit like the Chinese, Japanese cultures with dragons, but like even Peru has dragons. Even Native Americans have
yeah,
dragons. Why are all these people that exist at different moments in time?
because dragons exist and they still do exist.
Because remember, like Oxford, like the college, existed before the Aztec Empire.
Yeah,
Think about that. The college is older than the Aztec Empire.
is that true?
Absolutely true.
That's weird.
Isn't it weird?
Because Oxford was less primitive than what the Aztecs
You
were.
would think. But Oxford is older. And it's a college.
So they're more evolved because the Aztecs were pretty primitive.
Well, I don't think so. They built pyramids. They had
Right, but
mathematics,
compared to
dates.
Oxford, the people at Oxford would be like, "Oh, these are primitive people." Even primitive people had mathematics.
Well, Romans considered everyone, they considered everyone that wasn't Roman barbarian. That's what they
Right,
called
so
them.
I correlate primitive with barbaric. You know what I mean?
But they weren't barbaric. They had their own cultures and everything.
Right. But as far as like technology wise, other cultures are always going to be more advanced than another culture.
Is that true? How? You would have to be you would have to be gradually growing.
Well, of course, like the evolution of a culture, it's the progression, the technology is always going to be greater somewhere else. Like, example, people in Korea are more progressive than people in America. Their technology is greater.
Is that true or is that a
So you
subjective
could,
thought? You think they're more. Korea didn't drop nuclear bombs on Japan. A bunch of
no, it's
white
like,
dudes in
I know
America
we
did.
all paid for the progression of the rest of the world and look at everyone else that we've pretty much leveled and look how they utilize the technology and progress their infrastructure and their culture and their technologies.
Kind of weird though.
So, in turn, they'd be like, oh, American people are so progressive, still bitching about highways and racism and this and that. Like, you could use primitive in the term of like how the rest of the world, even granted the nation states are smaller, utilize like trains and shit, like bullet trains.
Okay.
And here in America, we're like, oh, everyone for themselves. We need our own car on the highway. We're too good to be getting on a bullet train that would take us from Chicago to New York City in an hour. You know what I mean? So
Isn't Musk trying to do like something like
that
that?
underground thing,
Underground
yeah.
thing.
But like to other people, where they're traveling around the world or that their region of the world faster than Americans, like they'd be like, oh, look, they're still primitive. They're utilizing their fucking automobile.
Yeah, I get that, but that's like the advancement of technology.
Yeah,
We were
so
talking about like actual like cryptids. Like, why would all these people say there's a big hairy 8 foot fucking hairy guy
because that hairy guy exists.
exists?
Yeah.
And like, do you ever see like I don't know? I'll lend you a book or two if you want about like the journals of like the earliest explorers, and like they report like giants. Like it's
Early explorers also say there's an ice wall, Kyle.
some of them do, but that's up
A
to
good 50% of them.
well, there isn't an ice wall.
Do we know that? You're sitting
Yes,
here and telling me there's cryptids, but there's no ice wall.
because we can see the Earth from space. We know they are. And don't give me that we never been to
No, I'm
space
not
shit.
giving you that we've never been to space, but you're the person that would be like CGI or not CGI.
Well, you
So
gotta worry.
there's like a little part of you that thinks that.
Well, I understand how humans are. Humans like to lie and deceive. And I know that. And a lot of.
So I'm a barbarian, right,
Hmm?
from whatever country,
You
and
fucking barbarian
I'm
ass.
coming into your country because I need lumber and
Okay?
I need food,
I'm taking your shit.
and
Well, you're coming at me.
I'm coming at you, and
Okay.
you're denying me this stuff. Then I'm like, well, I'm gonna go in your forest and get it. And
And
you're
I'm saying
like,
I'm sending my dudes out there.
no, you're not saying that. You're gonna show me a painting from fucking some dude inside your castle or your village, and he's like Bigfoot.
Okay.
So now you're trying to scare me off from getting
Oh, you're saying
resources.
it could be just a lie, like to
Because you
scare
just said
people.
like 3 minutes ago, humans lie and deceive.
Yeah, they're good at it. They're great
Yeah.
at it.
So who's to say these cryptids weren't a part of a strategic defense?
Well, I get that. You could use it. You could
And
use mythology.
over time, people started to believe the lore and think it was real.
Isn't that how curses work? Like,
Right.
you say you open this, like you bury like a
Hmm.
king with all this shit. I'm like, yeah, but if you know, you might know it's there, but if you fuck with it,
Yeah.
you're gonna fucking die.
Yeah.
Like,
So like right there could be like they're just stories. They
like,
don't actually exist.
but do you believe that?
I don't know, dude.
That would take a
Explain.
lot of fucking like everyone using the same defense. Doesn't sound like a logical thing for humans because what works for
Why doesn't it sound like a lot of
because
humans are fucking greedy?
yeah, but what works for one group may not work for the other. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
So, but like right now, there's a span of time in the timeline where many people are like, "Oh, this is just like fake, and it's like mystery, and it's like we don't know if it's true." Now in the timeline, it's like, "Oh, there's a possibility all these things exist."
But a lot of people don't let that in. They say it
Right.
doesn't
All right,
exist.
because that they're part of the gap in the timeline where it's just gossip, it's just chatter. Now we're in a time of wokeness. Thanks, Kurt Cobain. That
Yeah, he opened his head wide open for all of us.
no, he really did.
Yeah, he
Literally,
literally did.
literally.
He literally did.
Fuck you, Courtney Ross, or Courtney, whatever.
What's it? Courtney Hole?
Courtney Hole.
Wait, is that her name?
I don't know.
Love. Courtney.
Courtney Love. Her band was Hole.
Whole bunch of shit, dude. What the fuck?
But you know what I mean? Like cryptids are used the lore behind cryptids is just used as a fucking strategic defense for many cultures of
Just
people.
scared. What if fear don't work?
Well, fear is always going to work.
Do you work to the Spartans?
I don't know much about Spartans.
Their whole society was based on power and military strength. If you were weak, if you were born
Okay,
with,
so like even Japanese culture with kamikazes and bush,
that
what's
didn't
that?
start till the fucking 40s or some shit, I think. Correct me
No,
if
but
I'm wrong.
samurais live without fear because it would take their life if they dishonored somebody, and they live without fear.
That's true. That's true. It's not the same as a kamikaze.
Why not?
Kamikaze was created when Genghis Khan invaded Japan. He tried 2 times, largest navy vessels ever, and they got destroyed by a tsunami that happened one time, which was a freak occurrence. And then 7 years later, they try again, and another fucking tsunami hits them, wipes out their fleet of thousands of ships.
That's because the
They
feudal, or that's because the mystics in Japan.
well, they said that's kamikazes, the divine win.
Right.
You cannot defeat us.
But that's
Like,
without fear. Then the kamikazes that came in World War II were without fear, just like samurais in feudal times were without fear.
I think that was more.
So Spartans without fear.
Well, Spartans were built like
But the world today is not, there is a small percentage of people that are built without fear because everything is fear based now.
are you afraid? Are you
I'm
afraid of the
inter-
world today?
I'm interested in the world and what creates the fear,
Do
which
you?
in turn makes me fearful at
Oh,
times.
so you are afraid.
Yeah, I sat here in a podcast that said one of the things I'm afraid of was dying.
Really, death is scary.
Yeah, death is scary to me.
But being born didn't.
I don't remember being born.
What makes you think you're gonna remember when you're
I'm
dying?
not, but I have the concept of what death is. You know what I mean?
What is the concept?
You're just fucking dead. Like, I don't know what my belief system is. People die with a belief system in place. Like, I question everything, and I think that makes me fearful of death. It's like I
Hmm.
could be coming out of the light as soon as I die, which I don't know I'm dying, and I don't know I'm coming out of the light. And there I am in another life.
Someone once said to me, like they described non-existence. Do you get that?
Yeah,
And
I know what non existence is. That means nothingness. And nothingness to me is scary.
why is that
I don't
scary?
know. It just is.
This guy I
Because the
heard.
year 3024, right?
Okay,
1,000 years from now.
you gotta whisper to me. I'm right next to
3024,
you.
1,000 years from now.
Okay, being being fucking dramatic. This
We're
guy.
not going to exist. At least I don't think we're gonna, like, I don't think myself I'm gonna exist. But there's a small part of me that says I'm just gonna be reincarnated. I'll be back learning some other lesson in life. Or I'll
Yeah, but does reincarnation exist if you're unaware of reincarnation existing?
But I'm aware of reincarnation.
How?
The
You don't.
idea, not
You,
that it actually exists. But that's like the thing. People believe in reincarnation, like they believe in the Bible and
no
going to
point
heaven.
has boy. You do nothing to
They
you.
believe like in the Bible and going to heaven. Like this mushroom cloud, that shit scares me. I've had dreams. They're probably stress dreams, but
Probably are stress
yeah.
dreams because you're worried about things that are beyond your control. Things
Right.
that you
Like death
can't.
is beyond our control. Being born is beyond our control.
Is it?
Death beyond our control?
Yes.
You don't see me being rich elite harvesting adrenochrome from kids. So yeah, it's out of my control.
But I'm saying like technology is getting so advanced that
Technology doesn't matter to you and I.
oh, it does a lot because everything we do
Okay. Do
is
you think
technology.
okay, do you think technology matters to you or Hunter Biden more? Just use Hunter Biden as an
Okay, me.
example. No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does because I know what it fucking means. I don't think Hunter Biden is like smoking crack or whatever.
Yeah,
Uh,
and leaving
he knows
blow
what crack means.
leaving blow in the White House. But the technology is going to help him out
Leave him
more.
blow in the White House.
It's going to
Oh,
help.
he lost his coke in
Right,
the
that's what.
library.
Yeah.
Okay,
So I'm saying,
that's the guy that left his coke there.
yeah,
Hunter
yeah.
Biden
So
did.
that's what they said.
Okay,
That's what they said.
that's crazy.
Not fucking Susie down the hallway at like.
Yeah, they don't like your fucking job. I was just partying all 2 weeks at
Yeah. No,
H2O.
but like, yeah, she's in the car. She likes Toyotas and Nissans.
Hmm.
But the thing is, like, the technology is going to matter to him more than it is to you.
I
Because
don't see how you're getting this point out. Like,
he, in the grand scheme of things, matters. You and I don't matter. You know what I mean?
oh, I've accepted the fact that I don't matter.
So that's what I'm saying is like the technology is going to benefit him more than it will you and I because he'll have access to said technology.
Okay, but that's kind of like privilege, you know?
Right. You think you're as privileged as him?
Fuck
Right.
no,
So why does
dude.
that technology matter to you?
Yeah, but maybe I know how to use it better, or I could use it better, and if I could, then I could
Okay.
render.
So let's say the technology gives you 50 more years to live.
Okay, what
You're
about?
not privileged to have those 50 more years.
But I'm saying, let's just say we could. Like, maybe death is only a thing that we're dealing with now. Same way, like tuberculosis, we just eradicate people, or the black plague. We could now, if you got the black plague, we can cure you. It's totally possible. Maybe death is a disease that we don't understand yet.
Are you saying we're vampires?
Well, in a way, yes. Maybe life vampire. Well, that would be a vampire. But yeah, cosmic vampires. Maybe we can overcome the things that other things cannot, and that's
So that's where reincarnation comes into play.
maybe there isn't no reincarnation. Maybe like you're done.
So what happens to our energy?
Just goes something else. You make something else.
Right, and that doesn't scare you?
I don't think that's a scary.
But like we're talking about fear here. You're on your deathbed and you don't know when the moment's coming, but it's gonna be pretty soon. All of
You
a
don't
sudden
think it's gonna come any moment? Like I live my life every day. Like I could die in five
it could
minutes.
come right now.
Yeah,
Right, you could be a pile of clothing right here.
I almost am, frankly.
I know. So that doesn't scare you?
No.
See, I don't know why that scares me.
Yeah.
Dying
Why?
scares me. I don't know.
But you're always talking about karma and divination and
I
shit like
know,
that.
like that's the hope that holds my heartstrings together. Whereas the King James Bible holds Rhonda down the street that's 93. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
but if you
she,
honestly believe in that divination and destiny and karma shit,
but I question,
so you don't believe it, you just say it. You just,
No, part of me, a greater part of me believes it, but then there's a small part of me that's like, "Rrr,"
so
gotta question.
if tomorrow, like I came up to you or whatever, or like a guy, and it was like, I can stop you from dying. He's not lying to you. He's being 100% true.
I'd ask him, when am I dying?
He didn't say he knows.
Well, but that's what I would say. That
Well,
would be my response. When am I dying?
when are you dying?
And what am I dying from?
Well, you're gonna die of old age. Everyone does. Every mortal being. But if that guy said,
feel like
"I
the
can stop you,"
I feel like a small amount of people die from old age. I feel like the rest of the people, their lives are shortened.
well, what's your
Extremely.
definition of old age? Like, it used to be 30, you would die. How old are you now?
I'd say old age is in my 90s.
Okay,
Yeah.
but that wasn't the case. That's not the definition of old age. Like when you got like past 30, you were a miracle, and less than 100 years ago. So obviously, you're sitting here laughing at the fact that 30 is old age. I'm not laughing. Part of my choice of words. But in reality, you're talking 90 with no help. You're thinking, oh, if I live my life healthy, blah blah blah, or whatever, I'll live to 90 or whatever. You would have said that 100 years ago, they'd laugh at you like, you got a magic elixir? Like, what do you got? And you're saying exactly what I started saying. Technology could prevent it. Maybe death is the disease,
Well, I
the
understand.
ultimate disease.
Well, it is.
So now
So you're not afraid of the disease.
well, if everyone before me has, they know they're a lot smarter than I. You know what I mean? That maybe immortality is the goal.
I don't think that's the goal. That'd be like the fucking time machine. What's that movie where he goes to the end of time?
Time machine?
Yeah, or like fucking Doctor Who that witnesses the end of the universe. Like, who wants to witness that stuff?
That's scary.
Right, that's just as scary as dying. Because then that nothingness is perpetual nothingness.
Well, that's not an if, that's a when kind of thing. It's not like if heat death's going to happen, heat death will happen. That's how entropy works. Unless we have no understanding of physics, which we do. We
We think
know,
we do, or would we just say we do?
we're pretty good. We can mathematically calculate it. We're not dumb
Okay,
things.
what's that planet that's like habitable, that's way larger than the Earth in Andromeda Galaxy?
They don't know if it's habitable. It shows signs
Okay,
of
let's
being
say it is,
habitable.
right? That Andromeda is a huge galaxy.
Yeah.
Who's to say they actually know the right physics? And here on Earth, we're just thinking we know the right physics.
Well, physics isn't going to change from here to Andromeda because you're in another galaxy.
But we don't know that.
Yeah, we can. We have Voyager that's left our galaxy. The physics still work that hold that ship together,
Yeah, but
that make it
isn't
work.
there like a lot of stuff of Einstein that's slowly being disproven?
Yeah, by smarter people, but
Right. And
Einstein didn't.
what I'm saying is the people of Andromeda, that planet, are way smarter than us. So their
Galaxy.
physics is going to be more advanced than ours. Like we're at.
Why do you have to go to Andromeda? We're in the Milky Way. We gotta have people out there smarter than us right now.
Well, that's what I mean. Like we're at the start of the book of physics of understanding it, right?
Okay.
And they're like a parsec ahead in time. So what they know is greater than what we know. So
Which
like,
is logically very
so
possible.
our physics is just elementary to them, and they're just like laughing.
Well, man, yeah, that's probably happening.
So in turn, their physics is different than ours.
Yeah, but I bet the laws are so. I bet we could apply
Who's to
their
say?
same laws.
Right, but who's to say our laws are just a fraction of the actual law?
Well, that's probably what it is. Like,
Right, you know what I mean?
like we don't get it all, but
So,
we.
but that's what I'm trying to say is like we see like this little part of the law, whereas they see like that.
Yeah.
We're just getting the tip, and they're getting the whole shaft.
We're just getting the tip.
Yeah, we're just getting the tip.
Well, I think that's completely possible. That could be a definite thing. But the thing is, like death, like we could go there and be like, they could be like, "What are you worried about? Why don't you go here?" And we'd be like, "Because we'll die." And they look at us like, "What do you mean? You'll die?" And we're like, well, or something like we'll get hurt or whatever. And they look at us like we're fucking lawn gnomes. Like you don't super save your brain data for your clone replacement module and do
Right.
all that. Like what? You can
But
do
then that
that?
goes to the fact that we're not privy to that technology.
Yeah, but one day we may. Maybe
I know, but
technology.
look at cryo freezing technology. Like the first people that were cryo frozen, they only just under the tip of cryo freezing, and their heads turned to mush.
I was gonna say, 95% of them are mush and
Right,
had scraped out the bottom of the
right,
heads
yeah.
because
Didn't
we
you
don't
post
know,
something on that?
huh?
Didn't you post something like that in the
I
group?
think I did. I posted
Yeah,
an
that's what I
article
mean. But
on
then
the Agents of Calamity group.
someone getting cryo frozen today, the technology, they're getting part of the shaft. Like it's gonna take them a little longer to turn to mush.
But if you don't, you ever hear the term like, "Yo, so and so crawled, so and so could run."
I get it.
You know what I mean? If you don't take that step to know to do it, like you could be the best fighter in the world, like, and if you don't fight though, how are you ever gonna know? You got to take those steps. You're the best photographer in the world. If you don't try your best, how are you gonna know that
Yeah.
you're not that? And even failure isn't a bad thing. Failure shows you your current limit, not your absolute limit.
What is our absolute limit?
We don't know because we never fucking gotten there. We we're still moving. We're still growing.
We're not at the point of being limitless.
Or are we? Have we always been?
Have we been limitless at a different point in time here on Earth? Let's go back to the Atlanteans
You're
or
talking about like Silurian theory? You ever hear that?
yeah, or like the Incans or them, like or the Sumerian and their technologies and stuff.
That
Like right now, our technology is laughable. Like they got in touch with different aspects of like their cosmic mind. Their, you know what I mean?
I mean, hypothetically, yes. That's probably.
Like we go back to like dragons all over the world. What about the symbols and different like carvings or drawings or structures where they showed people
Could
flying?
that just be the limits of our imagination, like of human imagination at that time?
But where would they get the idea from?
That's what I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
and that their
And then that ties
imagination.
back to like cryptids. Where did that idea come from?
Well, I think a lot of cryptids are true or misidentified. You know what I mean? Like Thunderbirds. You ever hear Native American
Yeah, I
culture?
know what Thunderbirds are.
Yeah, and maybe they just seem like a real big fucking. You ever see like a freak animal? You're like, fuck, I never seen a beaver that big
Right.
before. You know what I mean? And you call it something else when in reality, it's just a unique specimen.
Right.
That so cryptids could be that, or it really could be like a limited, like the white rhino just died in our lifetime, extinct.
Are rhinos really extinct?
White rhinos are extinct.
Black rhinos still exist.
Yes.
You know what that's a metaphor for.
Oh shit. You said it. I didn't. I get it. Do you? No, I'm just saying, like, that could be a thing. And maybe these things, like, mammoths existed during the times of the pyramid, but they don't exist now.
There was like a lot of different woolly creatures, not just mammoths.
Oh, yeah, I'm just saying, as an example. Woolly mammoths don't exist now, but they existed alongside humans years ago. Maybe these
Wasn't
cryptids.
there woolly rhinoceroses
Yes.
too?
Oh,
Yeah.
yep. And
Those things were like tenfold the size of what rhinos are today or were. Yeah. Could you
rhinoceros.
just imagine coming across one of those?
But that thing is completely possible, and in
Yeah.
fact did exist.
Yeah.
So maybe these cryptids that people are seeing are the last remnants of something that is actually real.
Yeah, no.
Okay, that's possible, right? That's not.
No, it's completely possible.
I think the world. I know the world is full of questions, but
Like, do you think Caesar could actually exist?
yeah,
Not like
absolutely.
not Caesar and
Tons of Caesars existed. Tons of
I'm talking
people.
about Caesar the fucking ape.
Oh, you mean that? Oh, you mean Planet of the Apes?
Yes.
Shit. He did exist. His
And
name may not have been Caesar.
talk like a human being.
I don't know. Like, depends. Like,
Communicated with
I
humans.
think they might have had. Yeah, obviously, if you were that intelligent, you probably had language, developed language. You would have to, right?
No, there's just something up there that looks like an ape that made me think of Caesar.
Like all those apes over there. Yeah, kind of crazy, huh?